All right, welcome back to the show. Today we have the legendary Danny Torres from Torres Turnkey Management. All right, Danny.
Appreciate you. Thank you for having me, gentlemen. Thank you for having me.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Living a dream, another day. Blessed to see on this side of the dirt. Can't complain.
Nice.
How about yourself? How you guys doing?
Can't complain. Beautiful.
Good,
day.
Danny.
good.
We're
We're
man.
towards the end of the week, so we're all right.
No,
we're all right.
I
So
got to
we're
tell
good
you,
with it,
we're
man.
thralled to have you here, man, because all of us, Mike, myself, and Colin, we do a lot of business with you, right? And you helped a lot of our clients out and continue to help a lot of our clients out.
Yep.
Appreciate that.
Yeah,
Appreciate
And,
that.
In more ways than one.
we
Likewise.
thought what
I
we would
appreciate
do-
your business.
We
Yeah.
appreciate you, man. And what I think what we're going to do now is just kind of help the people, the viewers out here, really understand, what it's like, to have a property management company and what you're able to do for your clients.
Yes, sir.
Exactly. And we specialize in investments, as you know, for a long, long, long time. We got multiple investors. We own rental property.
All of us own rental property, yeah.
So I guess the obvious question is, why use a rental manager, property manager?
Good question. I guess it's $1 million question. And I have to sell myself well here, right, for your people that are listening.
Please do.
I think the number one reason is for your boots on the ground, whether you're local or not, the people that are going to do the stuff that maybe not be a fan of. Anybody can be an investor, but can everybody invest, right? Everybody can say, hey, I got a couple dollars, saved up. I want to purchase a property and manage it, rent it out. But do they want to actually rent it out? Do they want to find the tenants? Do they want them 2 o'clock phone calls? Do they want the Christmas Eve, my hot water tank broken? Do they want the no heat on New Year's Day? Do they want, I got an event at my house and the grass isn't cut on Friday and I got an event Saturday? Do they want those calls?
Yeah, right.
So that's probably like the most common
Convenience.
reason for the convenience portion of it. But I think a big thing that people don't maybe not speak about enough or even appreciate enough is the network, right? So the people that we know, right? The headaches that we help you avoid. Example, you want to sell your property or you want to, retire, take your talents to South Beach, right? I know Tom. I know Kyle. I know Mike. I can take it to you guys and say, hey, get rid of their whole portfolio. This is a great guy. I trust him. Go that route. As opposed
We
to
appreciate that. Trust
Yeah,
me.
for sure.
Correct.
For sure.
Thank you very much.
As opposed to they just kind of go Google search, find a realtor, and then, not really get the best quality service, right? In both hands, wash another. That's why you guys bring back a lot of our business as well.
Let's turn it back on. Let's stop right there real quick. It's because, I have an investor from New York City, and we both know who I'm talking about. And he's a fantastic guy. Buys probably 1 or 2 properties a year, right?
Yes, sir.
And I think he trusts me to go out there and help him find the houses. However, once I got you involved and said, hey, listen, this guy's going to take care of you after I hand you off to him. Now what? Now you come on every property we go to look at, and now he trusts your opinion whether we should buy the property just as much as mine, which is fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's, again, another plug by you because of a network that you have.
Right.
That you bring to us. But I think that networking thing, even like the contracting aspect of it for that same investor, he's now, when he first bought his first property with you guys, he bought something that was turnkey. People were already in it, didn't need work.
True.
Excuse me. And that was the way he entered in, right?
Yep.
So in that communication, once you passed him off to me, I, made him say, listen, you don't have to go spend turnkey top prices. You can go find the distressed ones because we have the team, the network to get you in a place where you can buy something that's distressed, fix it up. Obviously, you have, you're increasing the value of the property. So that's one side of things. But another side of things is you could basically set the rate for rent. So you don't have to just move somebody in there or accept what's already been done by somebody else.
Yeah. And a lot of times I think that's what they do. They accept what's already been done by somebody else. And I think, the tenants aren't happy. And I think ultimately the person who owns the home, the investor they're not happy either.
Right.
So,
That's true.
Well, and I think that was an important piece to bring up. I mean, Mike and we all can definitely attest to it, but how many times does a Zillow call come in? The place is mangled. They don't live here.
Right.
So they have zero connections. And it's like, then it kind of comes to our end like, okay, well, if you don't have a property management type of connection, like, who do you expect to get that work done?
Right.
Like, how is it going to get done? And I think, like, I say it all the time, like, people watching way too much YouTube. But you can't, you can't come in here and do that with no help, no connections. Like, we can string things along for you, but it's way easier if we just call up Danny and say, hey, this is what they're looking to do. Like, I think it's worth that you guys have a conversation and maybe kind of, get that all done up
I got to
together.
say this too. One of the most beneficial pieces, I think, for the client and for us personally is a lot of times in these distressed properties, I think what happens is they always, well, I got to go get an inspection. At least the clients I'm working with trust Danny enough because he understands the business. He understands what he's looking at, whether it's roofing, siding, windows, how water tank, furnace.
You're going to be able to get a quote right there.
Yeah.
No, not just for the quote. What I'm trying to say is I don't even have to hire an inspector anymore. When we go through, he's the inspector.
Right.
And it saves me a step. It makes the seller
makes it
happy
that
that
much
we're
more
not asking
seamless.
for an inspection on most homes where people would ask for an inspection.
Right.
Yep.
So, Dan, I got to tell you, man, that alone is money.
Huge
Literally.
plus. Yeah, huge plus.
Money for us.
It's a super value add for the people that trust me to do it, right?
Right.
And it's a super value to have a realtor that knows that there's value in that because it makes you're writing up your offers to the buyers because sometimes they won't even accept the offer that has an inspection contingency. So it helps.
100%.
It helps you.
Yep.
And also that's one of the things that we do. I think that sets us aside from others. I don't know what other people do specifically, but from what I've been told is, with no strings attached. There's times where I go with buyers for your team or other people that we work with, and I'll go do an inspection, take an hour of my time, give them my thoughts, my 2-second reaction, take pictures, videos, or whatever, send that off with no strings attached. It's just something that we're selling to them to say, hey, I'm going to do this for you because at the end of the day, it makes my job easier. If you're buying, if you know what you're buying before you buy it and you know what to expect, it makes my job easier as opposed to a realtor just sells you, they're doing the sale part of the thing, right? So they get you the sale, the closing table, you close on it. Now you pass it over to me and you're thinking you're going to get $2,000 a month in rent. You're thinking that it needs $500 in, fixes to get it to that number. And in reality, I come back with a $10,000 quote.
Right.
And rent is only going to be $1,400-1,500. So now the reality shock. So now I'm like the therapist and the property manager at the same time.
Right. Yeah.
Well, you're always a therapist, my
For
friend.
sure. For sure.
So now with that being said, I guess that would, lead me to my next question. Like, and we all deal with investors, but okay, so when somebody asks, you hear the big staple of like, okay, well, what's management really cost? And that's just that boilerplate answer of, okay, well, it's 10% of the rent. We all know that that's not the case. So like, how would you tell somebody whether it's their first one or looking to switch management and they have a portfolio, like what's that conversation around, cost-wise on your guys' end to help out? Like, well, I guess what would that kind of look like? And of course, it's case by case, I'm sure.
That was perfect. I was going to lead off with that. And it's not one size fits all.
For sure.
Right. Every situation doesn't roll itself into the same as the next.
Yep.
So individually it's different. And it obviously it depends on the team, right?
Yep.
There's teams that do everything a la carte. They'll charge you X dollars just to collect your rent, just to have a place for your tenants to drop off the rent and possibly maybe a call facility, a call center.
Okay.
And they charge you a flat fee for that. And then everything else is a la carte with percentages. And, they're more interested in the contracting aspect of it. That's people's opinion. Then you have other property managers that just charge a flat fee of collected rent.
Gotcha.
Then you have some that charge a fee for whether your rent is collected or not collected. It varies. I've seen whether you're going for commercial or residential from 4 to 12 to 15%.
Okay.
I've seen managers set their fees at. Typically, the companies that set the higher number, they're probably a one-stop shop, a la carte, do everything for you. But to your point, if you collect $2,000 a month for a property and rent, you're probably not just paying $200 a month for that service. There's probably some type of an upcharge somewhere, whether it's a lawn service, mailing fee, eviction filings, different. There's a million different fee structures in the property management world. Yeah. So with us, not to get too specific, but we kind of give owners the ability to kind of customize how we deal with them, right? You could be
like looking off a menu, right?
Exactly.
Which I think is super
100%.
important. Yeah, for sure.
Because people want flexibility, right?
And we run our business. I'm just a figment of your imagination. Yeah. My wife is the brains of the operation. I do what I'm told.
By the way, Netta, we wish you were here because
I do too. But one day, someday soon, she'll work with you.
Yeah, we deal with her a lot. She's fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. Here's one. Here's a hard one. Because I know you experience it all the time.
They're all hard.
Nothing's easy.
Walk me through the process of, hey, you're managing a portfolio. The owner calls you, hey, so-and-so isn't paying. Can you get them out? What does that process look like? How difficult is it? Do you have a system set up already? Walk me through that. What does that look like?
Question. So we the process would probably go, excuse me, a little bit different. So before the owner calls and asks us that, we're suggesting that to them.
Nice.
Because we
So you're catching
see first
Yeah,
that
you're managing.
Yeah,
the tenants
you know
aren't
what you're
paying,
dealing with.
right? They're
yeah.
abusing the property, X,
Yep.
Y, Z.
Yep.
Now we don't dictate what happens at the property. So we make the suggestion to the owner, hey, this person is on, they're ready. We're ready to
this
get rid
is what's
of them.
going
How
on,
do you
yeah.
feel about that? Sometimes they'll say, yep, let's do it.
Yep.
There's times of the year where I won't even recommend it. Hey, they're not paying on time. They're coming in late, straggling, but I would recommend you don't evict them yet. Let's wait until past the New Year's and then do it because of the time of year. You don't want to
Yeah,
you don't want a vacant
for
property
sure.
during the winter.
Yeah.
You don't want to pay a heating and cooling bill for
Right.
what a vacant property in the
Right.
coldest months of the year. So
Right.
backing it up, we would notify the owner first and let them know. Or if they ask us, how do we do it? Then at that point in time, we start the process for them. We do everything through an attorney. We use a couple different attorneys to do that. They do the entire process, and then whatever they charge, that's what the owners pay. We don't charge anything additional for the helping of the facilitation.
You're just making the connection.
Just making the
Facilitate.
connection.
We're making the connection, but we're also working during that connection. We're forwarding the attorney any information needed, the tenant information, how their recent paying or not paying, pictures of abuse of the property if we're doing the eviction and
So that's
for
got to
breach
be
of
helpful.
contract.
That's got to be really helpful because if you think about it, a lot of times you go to court, you're able to, evidence, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're able to provide evidence that says, hey, this is happening. Now, so, we talked about how you manage, the property. If for some reason, and you were saying, hey, listen, I would make the suggestion that somebody had to go, be evicted. Who goes to court? I mean, does the landlord go to court? Does the lawyer go to court? Who goes to court?
So I go, and the attorney goes, obviously.
I know you do. That's why I asked that question. Man.
Yeah. And I go because, like I said, I care, right? If Mike was managing my property and, I've lost thousands of dollars in back rent that they haven't paid, and when they move out, I'm going to be faced with thousands of dollars in
Turnover fees,
and, all that good
tends to
stuff. So this
snowball
could be a
pretty
$10,000,
fast.
$15,000 loss, right?
Right.
I think that's important,
And
right?
like you said, you said too that you bring the pictures in.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, listen, guys, anyone who owns a property, okay, to have him go on your behalf, I'm pointing at you right now. Anyone who owns a property, to have him go on your behalf is, I'll tell you right now, I own property in the city for a lot of years, and I was by myself. And when you're by yourself, you're the evil landlord sometimes. And I tell you, I'm not an evil landlord. I was a good person, still am a good person, but it's nice to have somebody on your side say, hey, listen, they didn't pay this, this, and this. Here's the records for this. Here's the pictures of this. It's so helpful, man, because sometimes the good people don't always win. And that was me a lot of time in the city, man. I did not do very well. Whether it's city or it could be anywhere. I shouldn't say this is city. That's wrong for me to say, but I'm just saying anywhere. You could be the bad person because you're the landlord.
But even now, from a legal standpoint, I mean, like, especially for anybody watching, I mean, and you can attest to it, just like with the eviction laws that changed, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Now?
Yep.
Having those photos, the documentation of stuff being messed up, or, you're in breach of lease or whatever that looks like. Now, you ultimately kind of need that in order to, get that person out, because if your ducks aren't in a row, whether the C of O's expired or
Or
all
another
that kind of
60
different
days.
stuff,
Right,
you don't know what can
Yeah.
happen.
Right. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. It's not, if you don't do it, that's another, add value, right, for what property managers bring to the table, right? If you don't,
For sure.
if you've never done an eviction, right?
You don't know.
And you try to process
Right.
the eviction on your own and you mess up one thing, you're going to
It's done.
spend money and time, go to court, and they're going to throw that case right out.
Right.
Yep.
Now you got to
gotta
start the process all over again,
Yep.
right? So I rely on, plumbers plumb, electricians do electric, lawyers lawyer. So I let the lawyers do their thing, and I just give them what they need to do their job, right?
I like that.
So
Real estate people sell stuff.
and you guys sell stuff, exactly. So I let people do what they do best, and I utilize them for that service. So a wise man told me not too long ago, about 4 or 5 years ago, and I just changed my life. He said, figure out the things that you like to do in life, and put that on one side. Figure out the things you don't like to do in life. Put that on another side. Pay somebody to do what you don't like and do more of what you like.
Yep.
I love that, man.
That's
I love
awesome.
that. Definitely. Well, like I said, man, I truly appreciate what you've done for my clients. I mean, you've always been there for everything, with regards to, like I said, for me, the big thing for me is when you have a client that doesn't know a lot about the area, doesn't know a lot about these houses, and they're not local, to make them feel comfortable knowing that you're going to help me do the inspection. You're going to vet the person that going in and out of the place. You're going to take care of the rents. You're going to take care of the phone calls at 2 o'clock in the morning. And all they got to do is just get a check. Me presenting you makes me look like a superhero that I've got all their nervous, maybe roadblocks for them buying that house out of the way because you're there. And that's, I appreciate that.
I appreciate that.
I really do.
Appreciate
It's
that.
done a great job for us and for our team, man. We really do appreciate it.
sure.
We appreciate it.
sure.
Like I told you, it's not me, it's my team. We have an amazing team
know you do.
in the office.
Yeah, you guys are awesome.
Led by, my beautiful bride, Cheyenne, a lot of your Pedro at the time. You got Jeremy, you got Eduardo, you got Jesus, Jose. I mean, it's a bunch of people. Casey, Averill, Bertha. We have a huge team, and they do amazing work. And what we do wouldn't be possible if they didn't do their.
And by the way, I will tell you,
you know?
whenever I call your wife, Nada, I hope you're watching. You're always a pleasure to work with and a pleasure to
Always.
talk to. And she's
She's only going to watch to hear what you guys got.
Well, no, I mean, listen. When I'm calling her, it's generally because I got a problem, man. And she's always sweet. She knows I'm calling her because I'm going to be a pain in her ass.
Yeah.
But she's always very sweet about it. She's like, listen, what can we do to help you out?
Yeah.
Come on by. We'll give you the key for this if you got to get in there, or we have somebody meet you out there.
Yeah.
You need something boarded up. Wherever it is, she's fantastic. Man. So your whole team is just outstanding, man.
Appreciate
I really
that.
appreciate
That. That's our hope, prayer. Obviously we know there's other people, managers out there that do good jobs. We're not here to compete. We're not here to bash one, pick one up, put one down.
Yeah.
We're all in the same field. It's a small place. It's not. We can all work together. It happens all the time. That one property goes from my portfolio to their portfolio. Back and forth, and we are here to help. We know that you guys, I think it'd be smart for you to have multiple options, right? Because not every buyer is going to go with this person.
Right.
I'm not a good fit for everybody. Yeah. Another manager might be a better fit than I am, and vice versa. So, it's what it is here. So that's our job, right? Just to make everybody's lives easier, cooperate. Good days pay for a good day's meal. That's it.
Yep.
Yeah. And I've always appreciated you giving us the call, saying, "Hey, man, I think it might be time to." Maybe let that one go and have them go purchase another one. And sometimes we don't get the heads up on some of those things, and you always keep us abreast of all those different things.
Yeah.
So it keeps us in front to maybe call our investor and say, hey man, maybe this is the right property at this particular time, or hey, we found another property that is becoming available. Would you like to maybe add to your portfolio? So those types of connections that we have, man, it's been great for my business. I mean, we do a lot of business together, and I think for us real estate agents, it's invaluable not to have that kind of, it locks you into every property that's out there, man. Because not only do we have the properties with you, but things that are coming up, you're helping us understand what those are too, which is fantastic.
Awesome. Flowers for you guys as well. But first and foremost, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Flowers for you guys and your team as well. You guys have so many different hands that you work with, right? So Colin can be in this area, Mike can be in this area, Tom's everywhere, Jason's everywhere.
Yep.
You guys, you make things like super easy, and you fit every buyer, every seller and every buyer, right? Because you have a person in position that could deal with them. If this guy likes this area, if he's like more of a tougher, character, this, that, and the third. There's been times where I had to call you or Jason and say, hey, listen, I don't want to be unethical in the background, but this is going to be a hard conversation. So just so you know, and then you guys have dealt with it, and it's been, nipped in the butt, and it's been done. So I appreciate that. No, for that, I'm like serious and all serious, because not everybody receives information that way, right? Sometimes people take offense to me just kind of having a hard conversation. But my thing is, I just want to be transparent and foremost. But flowers to you guys for your support. The people that you do bring to us, the clients that we do have that we've had, or even the ones that you at least give our number to, that to use us, even for this exposure. I appreciate. We appreciate that, and also for the golf event that you guys allowed us to be a part of last year and again this year.
Yeah, love it. We got it coming up.
You know what?
Yeah. We're in.
Your phone's not over there anymore.
No.
All right. So listen, tell us about what you guys have coming up, what you're doing for the kids for school. Okay. I want to make sure we cover that.
Well, you guys have been doing that for a little while, though.
This is our second year.
Yeah. Okay.
So we want to make sure that we partner with you. I was actually in a meeting with Jason today. I forgot to bring it up with him today, but tell us a little bit about it, so maybe we can get some people out there that's going to help us out.
Awesome. I appreciate that. So August 26th, we'll be doing a back-to-school event at our office at 651 Norton Street in Rochester, New York. And it's a back-to-school. We give kids book bags, papers, writing utensils, folders, glue, staples, school supplies. We give them backpacks. We feed everybody there. We give free haircuts, face painting,
There you go, Colin, get a
just some
haircut.
I
events.
could get a
for-
haircut. I'm due.
Man, look at this mouth.
And we do raffles. Last year we did like a television. We did a Keurig, and then like a gift card of a couple $100 or $100 or something like that. So right now we're just in the infant stage of organizing that.
Yeah.
We just sent out a post on social media to if anybody's interested in sponsoring or whatnot. So we're trying to grow it and make it bigger. So they're building a school less than a quarter mile from our office.
Okay.
ECMC, I think it is.
Okay.
And that school is said to launch this September, is the grand opening for the
Fantastic.
rehab.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I'm
Fantastic.
trying to
That's
partner
awesome.
with them. They don't know it yet, but I'm trying to partner with them and try to get the exposure
Yeah.
so that we can collab and do something for the
Yeah,
back
that'd
to
be
school
awesome.
thing.
That'd
and
be
then
cool.
prior to that, we're doing the Puerto Rican Festival. We have a tent set up there
Awesome.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That's coming up, I think, the 28th and 29th of July.
Perfect.
Okay.
And then after that, we always do something for Thanksgiving, turkey giveaway, food
Yep.
giveaway, and then
I
we
remember
also
Like you
do
said,
Yeah,
man,
that's
you
awesome.
guys are
as
so
well.
ingrained with the community, man. Guys, listen, please. If you need a property manager and you want someone who has good work ethic and is ethical and wants to really help the community and do right by everyone he's working with, these guys are the best, man. I'm telling you right now.
I appreciate
Torres
that.
Turnkey
Yeah,
Management.
Kudos to you guys.
Thank you for coming
Appreciate
here
that.
today, man.
Man,
We
you guys
truly
are awesome.
appreciate you, brother. Okay.
This was fun. I appreciate it. Thanks for the invite.
Thanks.
Of course.
course.
You got it, man. You got it.
I appreciate you guys.
All right, guys. Till next time, we're out.